Imagine you are calling a friend and discussing all the things you do when you meet. These might include things like baking, shopping, and watching TV. It all seems fun, but there's one issue. Your friend lives halfway across the world, and meeting her in person is not something that you can easily do. But what if there's a way to be with your friend without having to travel or spend time or money doing so? And on top of that, what if your activities with her weren't just limited to baking, shopping, and watching TV, but could also include things like doing a world tour, attending a concert, and taking pictures in front of the Eiffel Tower and the Leaning Tower of Pisa? All of this from the comfort of your own home? Well, this is possible in the Metaverse, the latest and greatest technological phenomenon. Metaverse is an amalgamation of diverse facets of technology, including augmented reality, virtual reality, and video, wherein individuals live within a digital realm. Just as you or I, as humans in the real world, work, play, and socialize, individuals in the Metaverse take on a designated avatar and perform all these actions. The Metaverse will likely consist of real-world recreational and social locations, such as casinos, movie theaters, malls, concerts, and grocery stores. Metaverse is essentially an expanded version of real life, except instead of real human beings interacting with one another, each individual takes the form of a character that represents them in the virtual world. Having such avatars mitigates real-life differences in skin color, gender, etc., making socioeconomic situations, appearances, and race less of factors in the metaverse. So while there exists an impending fear that the metaverse could lead to social isolation because of an increased dependence on a virtual world, the metaverse could very well abate the negative realities of racial or financial discrimination, essentially allowing anyone, regardless of appearance and race, to come into the metaverse, communicate with different communities, and live a life of their choice. Now, just like any new and cutting-edge technology, such as when the internet was first developed back in the 1990s, people don't really know exactly what to expect of the metaverse, and the nuances of this technology are still up in the air. It could take up to or over a decade for the metaverse to become commonplace and mainstream. However, it's apparent that some aspects of the virtual world metaverse are in existence today. There are several companies currently implementing some of the facets of metaverse. McDonald's is investing in virtual restaurants deemed McMetaverse. Then we have Microsoft exploring this through virtual meeting rooms. This is akin to Zoom, where different companies throughout the world can come together without having to travel across the world. However, Metaverse makes the experience like a real-world in-person conference, where individuals can get up and move around and sit next to different people. Additionally, we saw a mini implementation of the Metaverse in the game of Fortnite, where live events were hosted within the realm of the game. At these events, such as the Marshmallow concert, anyone who was on the platform at the same time could attend and have fun together, regardless of where they lived in the world or how they looked. The notion that the metaverse will be an enhanced virtual version of the society that we live in today is a leading thought amongst many technologists today. In fact, Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Meta, which was until recently known as Facebook, thinks that the metaverse will replace the internet that we currently know and use with a more immersive version in which individuals aren't just viewing a screen, but rather living an experience. And this enhanced internet is an excellent segue into the topic of Web 3.0, the next internet we are foreseen to experience. We'll stop here for now, but in the next video we'll be discussing Web 3.0, decentralized autonomous organizations, NFTs, blockchain, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, as well as digging a little bit further into the world of Metaverse. I hope you learned something from this video, and if so, please give it a like, and comment down below what you're most curious to learn about with regards to Metaverse. And if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any videos that'll help you on your journey towards mastering artificial intelligence. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.